what's happening, everybody? My name's Ike. We're at Flipside Music, and I'm here with
Dylan.
And welcome to What the F.A.Q number 30, right?
Yeah.
You may have missed number 29 because mostly everybody else did.
What's the 30 anniversary? Like chocolate cake or something? It's not silver.
If it is, we need to order some shit. Hey, Chris, what's the 30th anniversary? What's the gift for that?
Chocolate cake, right?
I can look at Google.
Chris,
Maybe Boston cream pie? No? I don't know.
Bear claws?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Ooh, 30th anniversary? Ooh, bear claws. Well, it is Valentine's Day
Yeah.
today. Yeah, whatever. Thursday, Times Day.
The corporate holiday.
The corporate bullshit holiday. But you guys won't see this until tomorrow, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, it'll be the 15th, and everything will be back.
Everything will be back to normal, except most people will be
It's weird,
a little
like,
bit more broke.
Well, all the ads for like chocolate and rings and shit all has the big disclaimer that it's like that's Thursday the 14th or whatever, and it's like the public announcing that stuff. I guess I don't know. I just think it's
I've
very
had no use
corporate-y.
for Valentine's Day for a number of years.
Oh, did you figure it out, Chris?
It's the pearl.
It's the pearl. Oh, it's our pearl
The
anniversary.
pearl. 30th is the pearl, huh?
Yeah, generally pearl necklace is what you would get.
So
I don't know if we can say that. So the 30th anniversary is a ZZ Top song.
yeah. Okay. That one is a little
Yeah, I don't know, because all the kids.
Well, for us, it'll be a
all the kids that are watching.
It'll be a
this.
pearloid pickguard.
Right.
Pearloid pickguard.
Pearloid pickguards.
Anniversary.
Right. Oh, that's okay.
That's the stuff.
All right, well, let's just jump right into it. For those of you that have been with us along the journey, all 30 weeks,
Used to it by now.
ask a question. We give you an answer, whether it's right or wrong.
Or relevant.
Anybody knows. Spin the wheel and you may find out.
Yeah, we don't even know.
Right. Sometimes I don't even know.
All right.
All right.
We're up for anything.
So you get the first one.
All right. Uncle Jeff.
Uncle Jeff.
Says he loves the graduated C to a D-shaped neck on the Fender Elite. Are there other manufacturers that do this, or is this the only? Or is this neck shape available on other Fender models? I don't know this one.
I don't know either. I don't know on Fender. I can answer that part of the question. I'm not positive on Fender stuff. I'm sure as the year progresses, we'll get better with knowing what's going on with Fender.
Yeah.
As far,
Nudge, nudge, you know what I mean?
you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Huh? Well, saying them all, saying them all.
I love it. Eric is the best.
As far as other companies that do neck shapes like that, there are other companies that do.
I'm sure does.
Sir. There are companies that do different styles like that, yes. Which ones, I don't know, but I do know that they're out there. And I know that doesn't help you at all, really.
Yeah. I wonder if the toasters would. I'm sure the toasters would.
Yeah,
do it.
they probably would.
Yeah. We'll have to ask them. Well, that'll be a question for next. I'll ask them. I'm trying to remember anyway.
So we'll get back to you on the Fender stuff, but I know that there are other companies that do some of the graduated stuff. I just don't know right offhand which ones, and they probably are a little bit more of the higher end companies that you're going to see that type of production, just because it takes a little bit different tooling. It's a little bit more.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like it'd be a standardized shape.
Yeah, because everything else is like, burp, burp, there you go, knock yourself out.
Cookie cutter. Yeah.
Okay, so
Mr. Driddle.
Driddle, what is oil can delay, and how does it compare to normal delay? So get around there, children.
Get around, children.
Get around, children. Dylan's going to tell you some shit about some oil can delays.
Now, I'm not super familiar with oil can delays, but my rough understanding is basically that instead of employing like a magnetic tape head, that they would actually use an oil can. Sometimes ones that look almost just like an oil can or like tuna cans almost.
They're sending the signals through the oil.
Right,
and
and
that's
that
what was
builds a
creating the
charge, which then delays the signal, and it just gives you that real washy. I wouldn't say it's like a chorus, because that's kind of misleading, but it kind of gives you that feeling of like a chorus along with the delay. But you get that real washing, kind of viscous sound to it, almost like the delays are underwater.
High viscous.
High viscous. High viscous.
This is the high viscous oil
can delay.
can delay.
Man, that'd be great if we had a Pell company. Damn it, we could.
I don't know why somebody hasn't called it like 10W40 oil can delay.
Yeah, but that like even having a high viscous, like that would be a great delay name.
Or we could just open up a pot shop.
High viscous.
High viscous, come on in, get yourself oiled
Some
up,
high
son.
viscous. Yeah.
Come get yourself oiled up,
Want to
son.
get high and play some delays?
That's all. It's just got trails.
I know. Yeah, just yeah. Well, I know we got
The
at least
door
like
opener,
3
the
dudes.
doorbell
that,
would
yeah.
just have like delay trails.
Yeah.
It's trippy, man. It's a great store.
We have at least 3 dudes that like light up out in the parking lot and then come in and play delay pedals.
Yeah,
It's pretty great.
at least. Well,
They enjoy themselves.
We can smell them.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Mhm. Fresh.
Up.
Yep.
There we go. All right, what's the next question?
Hey, how's it
What's
going?
up, dude?
You're
How
not
good you Googlize it?
Hey, we're actually back. All right,
Googles.
now we have an official.
We have another guest.
We have another guest, a live studio
a
audience.
willing participant.
Huge bro.
It's a huge crowd. It's huge.
Chris,
It's
hold up the applause
crowd.
sign.
This is the biggest crowd we've ever had for an FAQ.
Biggest
This is the
ever.
biggest crowd we've ever had for any episode of What the F.A.Q. Sorry, it's right in the middle.
I know we don't even know where
Yeah.
where were we actually.
I think everybody's come to
Oil came delay.
Everybody's come to expect that this is just. It could go off the rails at any time.
It's
like-
like shit.
it's like
This
the
is why
midnight
many
exciting.
folks tune in.
Yeah.
This-
Anything can happen. Oil can delay. I think we finished up on that.
Yeah.
The tuna can delay.
Yeah.
Thought something was.
That would be another good one.
Thought something was fishy with that one. Hey!
Zing. Yeah.
It's what happens. We get a crowd in here. Next thing you know,
The editing.
Yeah.
now I'm
Exactly.
playing to the crowd. I see what's going on. Oh, that's terrible. All right, Professor Chaos says, best pedal to kill noise / hum from guitar rig while not sacrificing tone. The G string to the Smart Gate TC Sentry, etc.
Never messed with the Sentry, so I don't know.
I don't know that.
The Boss one, I mean, it'll do the job, but it definitely cuts tone pretty good. Honestly, the best noise suppressor is to just get rid of your noise and hum.
Just take
Yes,
the noise
yeah.
out of the equation.
Exactly.
Right. Try to find what the noise problem is
And get rid of it.
and we're going to build a wall around the noise,
Yeah.
and we're going to get the pedal board to pay for it.
We're getting lines.
Yeah, we'll get pedal train to pay.
Right.
Yeah,
We're gonna
line
do-
6.
right.
Actually, line 6 that was just all at this point for having to listen to those damn things all these years.
But the Helix is a big thing. Everybody loves the Helix.
Yeah, but I'm kind of convinced that the people that like the Helix are the people that grew up with line 6 amps and were fine taking them on stage.
You might be alienating a.
Hey man.
Maybe I'm kidding. I don't know. There's
out
other options.
out of the tens of people that are
Hey, the
watching
Axe
this,
Effects is the death of all of this.
All the tone you need is in a Spider 2. I'm telling you.
Spider
It doesn't matter
4
if you're
Jam.
14 or 45.
The Spider
You're
2
gonna
is
love
like
this tone,
leagues
bro.
better than the Spider 5 though.
I had a Spider Jam 4 because it had a looper in it. I think it was a
Well, those
4.
are like
No,
the
Spider
only-
Jam 5 with a looper, and that's why I bought it because it had a looper, and I bought it at years and years ago, and it was super cheap, and I bought it,
should have been.
and I bought it, and I played it I think like 4 hours, and I never
Touched
and
it
then
again.
and it sat in the corner, and I was like, eventually, I'm gonna sell that piece of shit. And it sat in the corner for years. Actually, I sold it.
Oh yeah, you did.
I had it
Yeah,
in the old shop, like the first warehouse that I had. I was like, oh great, I don't have to have it in the house anymore. So I brought it to the shop, and somebody's like, dude, Spider Valve 5? Totally have to have this, bro. And I was like, please
Please do. Yeah.
take it away from my life. It's been,
Well, it's like the only amps that get progressively worse with every release.
you know, I liked it for the looper setting because I thought that was gonna be great, but then I just got a regular looper, an easy looper, and I was like, oh wow, look, I could have this and not
Or the whole amp.
and not have a tone that sounds like a bag of.
Well, we almost had to have an intervention with that dude on stage. I think he actually thought that was good.
What guy?
When we had to do the Herman's Hideaway
Oh,
judging.
jeez, please, that
Yeah.
was terrible. We went. We
All I heard was Herman's Hideaway and terrible. Like, yeah, those
well,
things
so
out.
we were asked to judge. This has nothing to do with any of these questions, but we were asked to judge a battle of the bands. And what was there? 4 bands? 5 bands?
5.
I think I know 2 of these bands.
So the first
Yeah.
band comes up, and they weren't. Was it the first band or was it the second band? It was the second band.
I don't know. My intake increased by the second.
Yeah,
phase.
and he was throwing down tall boys like that shit was like minis.
Yeah, exactly.
Pow! Pow! Pow!
Yeah, I mean, I think I I was well into the double digits by the end of that.
Yeah.
He's making patio lights out of the freaking tall boy bands and shit. So anyway, like one band was this dude and he was very Prince-like, as far as he was kind of electronic, but he was.
Oh, I thought you meant the scarves.
No. He was
The suit. The suit. Yeah. Like green
that's
silk.
the guy that was giving away the neon.
Yeah, he tried to give us like the rave stuff, the rave gear, the necklace, and like the glow sticks and stuff.
He was pretty flamboyant with the way he was dressing, and he was very lively. All right. And so he's like walking around, and he's got these glowy stick things, and he's like handing them to people, and then he handed them to these people, and he turned, and he kind of spun around and turned to us, and he looked at us and went, and then he just turned away.
Well, the sad thing was, we actually probably would have wanted those.
Right, we were like, I would have
yeah.
taken the damn thing. I don't know.
I want a glow stick.
Right, so I don't know what the hell we were talking about or why we were. It could be the medicine talking about.
Herman's Highway.
Oh, killing Hum that led us down the Line 6 road.
The Line 6 road. So what happened is another band comes on, and the guitar player just starts hitting a few chords, and me and him are both like,
What is that?
what?
Yeah.
What's going? Did they blow a speaker? What's happening?
Tone zone, bro.
Yeah, we're like,
Woke up in the tone zone.
But it was funny that the two of us are both like, what the heck is going on? And I go, and he looks at me and goes,
Yeah, I had to like lean over.
yeah,
to
and he
see,
goes,
yeah.
line 6.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was pretty awful.
And he actually turned it up midway through the set.
He did, which was
That was when I reached like peak velocity.
That decreases score. You're like, okay, you do not move on to the next round.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, they didn't score for us.
No.
Then it was who else was? It was Float Like a Buffalo.
Which was they were
the ones that closed, and those were our favorite. That was our favorite band. I don't know if you know Float Like a Buffalo, but very good Colorado band. Local band. Guys are super cool. Got horn sections and shit, jammy stuff, and they were
cool
really good band. But the Prince dude, and I can't remember what his name was because it was only like 2 letters or 1 letter or something. He was really
was it a symbol or 2 symbols?
No, it wasn't.
No, it was
wasn't
something weird it was some like 2 letters that spelled like IO or something.
Yeah, and I
like
can't remember what it was, but he was really good.
Yeah.
I mean, like
when he actually did the Prince stuff, he was really good at it. Actually, it was
the
surprising.
problem we had is he opened with an Imagine Dragons song, and we were like,
and I was immediately like, no, just no.
That's when he was.
terrible.
That's when he started ordering 2 at a time. Yeah. He's like, Imagine Dragons. 2 tall
Well, to be
boys,
fair to
please.
myself, Breckenridge Brewery or whatever was sponsoring that night,
Oh,
so I just
I
told
love their vanilla porter.
I just told like the I can't remember what her name was, but she kept basically going around giving them out, and so I'm like, all right, just keep them coming in groups of 2.
Yeah, and we know some folks over there, Herman. So
Yeah.
we were in a solid
We were
rotation.
taken care of.
Yeah, that was an Uber night for sure. But anyway, okay. So moving on. I hope that tells you about whatever question that was.
Oh,
Professor
SmartGate.
K.
So honestly, yeah, like the ISP stuff, at least in my own experience, has been some of the better stuff for reducing hum without killing your tone. But even then, they're gonna still kill your sustain. Like it's not gonna naturally sustain the way you would normally want, which is probably more important to blues guys than it would be metal guys. But
And I think that all just goes right back to try to negate the hum.
yeah, try to
Off
get
the
that
gate.
down as low as you can, because I had a noise gate for forever for doing high gain stuff, and it does kill your tone. It's hard to get around it.
So that's our suggestion.
Yeah.
Along with a nice story to go along with.
But yeah, if we're doing G string ISP versus like TC, I would ISP any day of the week.
There you go. That's what we're gonna go with.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's our answer.
that's it. I'm
Didn't even
sticking to
phone a
it.
friend on it.
Sticking to it. All right, next,
Mr. Coombs
Ben Coombs.
says, question for the pedal whisperer Dylan. Can you recommend a phaser that's affordable for say under 150 that maybe folks haven't heard of? This one's actually kind of tough because there's not a wide variety of phasers out there, especially in that price range.
I thought you were gonna say it was tough because he's from Canada, and 150 with the
Yeah, what is that in
with the conversion rate? could
Canadian
be-
pesos?
Right.
$50.
But no, honestly,
Pieces
like
of it.
I would
We shall
yeah.
pay in 150 pieces of it. Sorry. Doubloons.
Yeah. That's the standard currency of Canada these
I
days.
think
is
it's a
doubloons?
doubloon.
Is that the one with the duck on it? or-
It's toonies.
toonies,
They got toonies, onesies and toonies.
toonies and boonies.
I think toonies are a thing.
Loonies
Loonies
and
and
Toonies, there you
I
go.
was so close.
Is that where Looney Tunes comes from?
No.
No, so under 150, your best bet honestly would be like a Grand Orbiter from Earthquaker on the used side.
Yeah, I'd say.
I was gonna say some of the other ones that are out there that aren't, too expensive. Obviously, the MXR stuff's pretty standard, which everybody's heard of. The DoD one is actually a pretty sweet one. That one's more like the Phase 45. But I would say best bet and best bang for the buck would be trying to get like a Grand Orbiter V1 at around on the used side. Yeah, because that one's gonna give you the most versatility. The Lillian from Walrus is a pretty cool one, but I doubt
You might not
anybody would
find
have
it
those
for
on the used
150.
side. Yeah.
Maybe you might.
Maybe if you got lucky, but that one's a pretty sweet. That one's a
But honestly,
little more classic than the Grand Orbiter.
if you're gonna go for something that people have heard of, I would just go for the Phase 95.
Yeah, that covers a pretty wide territory. If you like getting real particular with the phaser, the Grand Orbiter is pretty cool, especially with the resonant frequency. But the Phase 95, you can't go wrong with it either.
Like the Phase 95, you have like your one setting and you're like good for your whole year.
Yeah, that's kind of thing. Whereas I feel like
for life.
yeah.
You're never gonna touch that
Done.
button.
Yeah, whereas like the Grand Orbiter, I mean, I'm constantly changing different things
Yeah.
and just like whatever.
Chasing the swell.
Yeah, and honestly, like for bass, yeah, exactly.
Chasing the swell, bro. Chasing the swell. Get that dragon, Dylan. Get it.
I almost got him last week, but not quite. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, no, the Grand Orbiter, especially, I don't know, I'm a big fan of Hawkwind, so for me, like that one nails like the old Hawkwind, that really long decay time, huge orbiting sound.
See, I prefer that. I don't know. I don't use it at all. So
I like to use it
I'm not
mildly,
one-
so.
I'm not one to.
You like phasers though, like
I like it if you turn it all the way down.
you
and
like
get
the
that
Van
nice-
Halen move.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not the Van Halen swirl, but the turn down the.
Yeah, use it almost like a boost with a little
Right.
bit of texture.
I like that move.
Yeah.
That's my move. All right, so next, Walking Dead. Who were your biggest influences on your guitar journeys? I'd ask for one because I couldn't pick just one. I didn't ask for one because I couldn't pick just one. I would say my top three are Alan Collins, Warren Haynes, and David Gilmour. So that's Walking Dead's pick.
All right.
Who do you got? Who do you think is your biggest?
Wyoming #1 for sure. Matt Pike would be second.
President.
Yeah, for president. Yeah, he should be.
Matt Pike for president.
Third slot. Jesus, that's where it gets tough.
Oh, you don't have to.
Matt Pike's a big influence for more like the vein of music, I guess, more so than style. Because I can't say that I play like him, but
I don't think you have to play them.
yeah,
Like them.
like in terms of inspiration,
Philosophy
Isaiah
or
Mitchell then would
approach.
be another
I
one
think
that's
philosophy
probably,
has a lot more to do with it than some people.
Or
think it
approach.
counts.
Yeah.
You know.
It's like your based on tonality is Matt Pike's like thought process of like how you're reaching that sound as opposed to I just sound really good.
Right. Well, and how you'd end up using that and what that makes you end up playing, I think, is pretty different too.
And that
Like the approach you
constant,
take, yeah.
like, evolution of progress, not
Yeah.
just like writing the same guitar through the same amp all
Right.
the time, every record.
Yeah. But I'd say Isaiah Mitchell would be another huge one for me. No, I mean, there's a lot of other big guys that would be in there. I mean, I love,
if you're
love
only gonna
Clapton.
pick
I
a
love,
few-
yeah.
See, that's like
I mean-
for me. I would say Clapton is probably
Yeah.
a really big one, and it's because of the bluesy smoothness of his playing.
Yeah.
You know, I know there's a lot of guys that want to shit on him, but they're like 15. That's great. You're 15 and you want to shit on Clapton. That's cool. But
Clapton and the Cream Years, like you just can't
right,
beat that.
I mean,
yeah.
if you go through all of his stuff, there's a
Yeah.
lot
Or
of
the
cool stuff that
Yardbirds.
he's
Exactly.
done. Yeah, exactly. Yardbirds
can't beat
and
that stuff,
Cream
yeah.
and solo career stuff and the bluesier stuff.
Yeah, the Blues Breakers.
World
you know.
beyond cocaine.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah,
It's, you know, it's all. So, I would say definitely Clapton, Eddie Van Halen. I mean, that was just like. Clapton.
Well, I was
That
say, yeah.
He was like the guy that.
He'd be like James Hetfield for me. Like for me, or getting started, like he was the one I was like
Yeah.
on rhythm. Like I could see that for Van Halen for you.
Yeah, Eddie was
Yeah.
just. He was the god amongst gods
Yeah.
back in the day. I mean, I think it's kind of tough because I got a lot of guitar players that I like. You know, like Jimmy Reed is a really great example
Yeah,
of like
yeah.
you know really cool blues.
Me and Jake both
progressions.
love Jimmy. Yeah.
Jimmy Reed has got this just extra flavor.
Even Hubert, I mean, really.
Hubert Sumlin,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Hell
yeah.
From,
Hubert,
from
yeah.
Wolf's Band is incredible. Jerry Garcia, you know, if
Yeah.
people want to shit on the Dead, but those are people that you know, it's
Didn't get it. Yeah.
don't get it. And sometimes you just don't get it. You just,
Well,
it's
there's
not
definitely
for you.
eras for certain people. Like those guys in their prime, like Clapton and Garcia. It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
those are way too tough to beat.
Garcia
Yeah.
in his prime,
Yeah.
shit, man. That dude was
Yeah.
pretty tasty business. I'd say BB King is a real big,
that makes
big
sense,
one.
too.
Albert.
Yeah, Albert
Not
King,
so
yeah.
much Albert for me though.
Really?
But BB
Stevie.
certainly, because BB was like, I remember when I first saw it, and I think I said this in a video at some point. First time I ever saw BB King, I was like,
Changed
you know,
it, yeah.
I had long hair, I was listening to metal, and it was all about rock guitar. And bleh. I heard BB King, and it changed everything
That
for
clean
me.
is just like holy shit.
I was like, I mean, his voice was booming. He's got this big, giant black Gibson guitar, and you know, but I'm sitting there, right? Why I gotta make 32? Why I gotta make 32? But at the time, everybody's playing like Kramer's with Floyd Roses and you know Super Strats, and here's this giant dude, you know,
Right.
playing a 335, and it's like what the? And he, you know, 4 bars in, and I'm like, what am I experiencing here?
Yeah.
And so that kind of changed my whole trajectory as far as what I listen to. So
Well, I was gonna say too, like for me, like Isaiah Mitchell would be a current guy that I'm very influenced by, or like trying to be. Like even if you backtrack from him to like Robin Trower, and you backtrack from him to Hendrix, it's like there's that line that he kind of has all of that stuff in there. So like Robin Trower and Hendrix would be another too, but it's like they're so big. I feel like everybody is kind of influenced by them at some point.
I mean, Clapton, I
Hendrix,
think
the
to
Clapton,
a
yeah.
certain degree, everybody is,
Yeah.
to a degree. But there's a lot of other players out there that I really appreciate and I really like.
Mhm.
It's just
Yeah, they didn't personally hit you in that way.
right.
Right.
Where those guys, it was a,
Yeah.
and even to be honest, and I've said this before, like Ray Charles is a big thing for me. I love Ray Charles. I love the songs and what they do and how his approach to a lot of different stuff. It's freaking
Well, John Lee Hooker's kind of that way for me. Like his guitar playing doesn't necessarily. It does make sense to me, but it's a little weird. But it's like he has such a vibe about him. Like that alone. Yeah, it's like like
Right.
that.
But
Like
it's
his whole
the
vibe,
blues
that
thing.
whole thing is like he
it's
encapsulates that.
Yeah, and it's that blues thing where it's like, see, the thing is, me personally, I feel like we've gotten into this world of, you know, it's click tracks. It's okay, we're gonna put on Easy Drummer, and it hits the shit every time on time.
Right.
Well, those dudes weren't doing any of that shit. They were half loaded in a juke joint somewhere, playing this groovy down home rhythm that people were
Yeah.
just getting after, and it wasn't necessarily 100%.
Yeah.
Hey,
Polished.
hey, somebody go tell John Lee that the click track, he's off the click track. He would have told them to go after themselves.
Yeah.
I will play what I want.
Did you know that
You know.
Lightning Hopkins only played an A because that's how Lightning Hopkins plays? You gonna play?
Lightning Hopkins is another
Yeah,
great.
no, yeah.
Man, what an awesome guitar player.
Played
That
an
and
A
his
whole
voice and
career,
everything.
made a whole career off of
But
it.
half his stuff was tuned different. Like he only tuned the guitar to itself. Like that's about right, and he would tune it. Like if you listen to some of those tunes and try to copy,
Yeah,
some
he
of that,
varies a bit.
You gotta adjust your tuning because it's not right. You're like this. Where does this note exist?
Gotcha.
So you gotta adjust some things when you're playing.
Was he in
When you're trying-
432? Was that?
Yeah, he might have been 32. Oh, let's not go down that road. All right, so I hope that answers a very long question. Very long answer, short question. I don't know. I'm on cough medicine. I don't know.
Yeah. You're all drugged up and.
I'm all drugged up. Worse than usual, Dab Nerby. I think it's Cade's fault. He came in here smelling like.
Yeah, we got like a contact high.
He came in here smelling like cough medicine.
I have my own fog machine.
That's what
Organic.
you should do.
It was
You just
organic
have like a
cough
little
medicine.
tube, like a mini fog machine, and then somebody will say something, and you go, oh, and then all smoke just starts to billow out from the back. That's the cough medicine. I'm sorry.
It was organic cough medicine.
right. Okay, so what's the last question?
Mr. Cullen James says, howdy guys, once again, great episode. Question for next time. If you could form a band with any of the YouTube musicians or reviewers out there, who would you choose? Does Guthrie
Band?
Gobin count, and then I can just let him do everything?
Right, band with YouTubers, huh?
Well,
I would
second
want to.
one.
I'd want to have a. I would Robert Baker,
Yeah.
because well, I'm already friends with him, so that would be fun. Phil X,
Phil X would be pretty sweet.
because he's awesome.
all guitar player.
Because, oh yeah, we got. Well, I don't know any like YouTuber bass. No, no, I don't.
I don't know as much either.
I don't know that many YouTuber bass players. Oh, Juno Artist. She's a YouTuber. She plays a lot of funk R&B stuff. I love her.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, she's out of New York. She's really cool. I found her like years ago. Now she's got like a decent amount of subscribers. But I was looking for some R&B chord thing, and so she popped up, and I was like, oh, she seems cool. and so
Alright.
it's a lot of like sweet R&B, tasty,
Tastiness.
major 7 chords, but with groove. So
Groovy 7 chords.
yeah, so I would put her in the mix too. Oh, Larry Basilio. Larry.
Larry.
She's killer too.
Oh. Okay.
I'm gonna have a
I'll
cool
have to check
band.
these out,
We're
yeah.
gonna have a diverse band here.
Yeah,
Who
apparently,
else?
no. This is actually bringing up a good point. Like, I don't venture out too far past like the guitar reviewers and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
Like,
know.
that's a
any
good.
drummer.
Like, yeah, the drum. I mean, there's some that I've watched, but I can't say that I'm really well versed in them. For me, Johann Segerborn, just so I could play all those cool priceless Marshalls.
Yeah,
Me and him just make noise and do weird, crazy experiments.
I guess I'm not picking like some of the big ones because they don't want to play with us.
Baker's pretty big.
Well,
he probably
yeah,
won't,
big.
yeah.
He doesn't count.
Yeah, but he
does count, but he doesn't count because I've known him personally for like a long time now. So I'm
Oh
like,
yeah,
whatever.
Yeah, you could guilt trip him into being.
Be like, dude, come on, buddy.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy.
You're gonna every year you
Hey,
do the
buddy.
star attraction.
Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. Come over here and play on this song, buddy.
Play me some guitar.
I don't know who else I would pick.
I don't know. There's definitely guys out there with some crazy chops, but in terms
Andy
of starting
Irvine,
band-
maybe Andy Irvine for bass.
Oh, okay.
He'd be one. I don't know. I don't know any drummer. I don't watch.
Yeah, the
any
drummer
drummer
one would be
YouTube
the
stuff.
tough one.
I probably should. Maybe that's why my drumming is.
I've watched a
terrible.
few, but any of the drummers that I've watched, it's always been like they're just playing a song. They're not really they're not really getting. I mean, some of them will get into some of the gear related stuff, but like I can't say like I know, and if maybe somebody out here knows, but I don't know of like who's the equivalent of like Pete Thorne for drums, or who's the equivalent
Who's
of
the equivalent of Pete Thorne for bass?
right?
So
Like,
we
yeah.
didn't. We also didn't pick Pete Thorne or Tim Pierce, or
Well, that's what I'm saying. All those guys are
maybe
like,
Henning.
all those
Maybe
guys
we can
are-
invite Henning in the band because he would just be like doing weird shit all the time, and that could be exciting.
Yeah. Never know what you're gonna get with it. Yeah.
You know, I don't know. Maybe it's the International House of Band, and we get Ben Coombs out here from Canada, and we just
Oh, okay. Yeah.
get a little bit of everybody.
Get an international roster going.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a good answer or not, but
No, it brings up. I think even if it's not, it brings up a good thing. Like now, I'm gonna actually go look and see what drummers are out there.
and check out some of those people that I said that I
Yeah.
check out.
Yeah.
Larry.
Laurie.
I think it's Larry Basilio. She's not bad to look at either,
Okay.
but first and foremost, she's like really good player,
Okay.
super killer player.
I was
I'm not trying to be a
teetering-
jerk,
No,
I'm
I
just
was
saying.
teetering on like where you were about to go.
No,
Yeah.
no, she's a killer player. Yeah, I think that's it. I don't know. There
Yeah.
might be other people I would pick. I just can't think of it right now. It's the cough
Yeah.
medicine.
If Cade starts a channel, we'd probably
Yeah.
check out his bass channel.
Here, you want to slide around here and just wave at the camera?
I could slap some fish at the camera. Oh,
You got to come around that way though. Or you just do this move.
Waved at the camera.
That's Cade's
There's
hand.
yeah.
He's here.
It's the hand of fish.
What's the name of your band so people can go check out your band?
Zingaro. We're on SoundCloud. Zingaro rocks.
Zingaro on Netflix. Check it out. It's on Tuesday at 7.
It only at 7. Yeah.
Only at 7. One time only.
Limited series.
Right, on Valentine's Day. So,
Yeah. Of
That's
2019.
right. So, if you missed it,
That's it.
yeah, you're effed.
Yeah. Cade's the limited release type guy.
Right.
One and done.
Exactly.
Before I'm on demand.
Right, and then you're
I can't take the pressure of being so highly in demand.
all right. Is that it? Are we done?
That wraps it up.
All right. I think that wraps up this week's episode of.
Another thrilling installment.
Right. Yes. Riveting installment of What the F.A.Q. number 30.
Yeah.
We should have like a fanfare or something. And there was much rejoicing.
Rejoicing.
Yay! All right. Thank you. We appreciate it.
Chris, get the confetti.
If this is the first time you've watched it or actually made it to the end of one of these videos, please subscribe.
Especially this one.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Hit the little bell thing so it'll let you know when the next riveting episode of What the F.A.Q. comes up. Also, ask a question.
For
I
your
have an answer for
morning, your Friday morning constitutionals.
you. Right. This is always great to watch on Sunday morning with coffee and a hangover.
That too. That's another prime time.
Yeah. Oh, it's totally worth
We're
it.
there for your viewing pleasure.
Right. Right. Or if you're in a methadone clinic, feel free to
Yeah.
tune in. Can't get any worse than this.
Might sober them up real quick.
Good. Might. Put you on a straight and narrow. All right, well, that's it. Catch you guys on the flip side.
You're on the Dr. Phil show. A problem is that you're into yourself.